Hello, my name is Randy Detrick. I'm the son of Sandy Detrick, husband to my beautiful wife Tiffany, and the proud dad of 3 spectacular children. My mission is to add value to others. I believe in the power of the human spirit, and thank you for listening. If you enjoyed today's podcast, please share it with a friend. Help me spread the good, the clean, the pure, the positive. When there is hope in our future, there is power in our present. Here we go. I hope you love today's podcast. This is just as informational as it is inspiration. It's all about the word entropy. Man, have you ever heard that word before? Entropy? It's kind of associated in physics. It's used to describe the natural tendency of things to move from order to disorder when left alone. And this is the nature of life. Things are constantly falling apart. Things are constantly not going as planned. And it's our job to constantly put it back together. Entropy is happening every moment and affecting everything and everyone all the time. As each moment passes, everything changes. And once these changes happen, they can never be undone. Think about this. Imagine if you had a mud puddle, right? And you took a stick and you drug a stick across the mud puddle and it would like drag a line through the mud, wouldn't it? Well, if you take that same stick and you go back the way it was, it doesn't undo that line. It's still there. This is entropy. It's true that you can't unscramble an egg. That's entropy. Entropy causes things to move to disorder all the time. This includes businesses, it includes homes, it includes people, it includes our minds, our bodies. Everything is affected by entropy. And when we understand this, man, we can push back and fight back all the time. Entropy is rearranging business systems or people into a more ordered state. It requires constant energy, doesn't it? It requires constant effort to push back against this crazy thing called entropy. Every day we push back against this. No one has ever permanently won the fight on entropy. It's a daily thing. It's kind of like taking a shower. You got to do it every day. It's not a once in a lifetime thing. You don't do it and all is well. It's a daily battle that never ends. This is why personal growth, it's a daily thing. It's got to happen all the time, every day. Otherwise, we just slowly backslide. All successful businesses, they invest time and money into minimizing entropy. They do it through training. They do it through good reporting, through creating good record keeping, and in reporting on successes and failures. All this is a way to push back against the tide of entropy that is trying to take over. These things, they're constantly seeking out to eliminate the sedimentary of the bureaucracy of a business. I think this is why Blue Ridge is so successful. Guys, we are so nimble and so quick at agile changes. When there's a change that needs happening, we make the change immediately and we keep going. I've just been so blessed by being surrounded by people that are always trying to make themselves better. They're never content with the status quo. They know that tomorrow I can be better or be worse, but there is no maintaining. I will not stay the same because age happens and we become better or we become worse because tomorrow we are one day older. And unless we pour the good, the clean, the pure, the positive into ourselves, entropy takes over and things fall apart. Without the necessary effort, by default, entropy expands into bankruptcy. That's a true statement. If a business isn't taking care of itself and always getting better, it will slowly expand into bankruptcy because of entropy. I've said it before, nature rejects idleness. Nature hates anything that lays still. It swallows it up and it consumes it and makes it go away. It just disappears. If a tree falls in the woods, it slowly rots away. Everything that lays still rots away. If an animal falls down and it never gets up, it rots away. Everything is growing or dying. The trees are, the grass is, us in our dreams, they are growing or dying. Nothing maintains. Life always seems to be getting more complicated. You notice this? Every day, it always gets more complicated. This is because of entropy. Tidy rooms that were once all tidy and put together, now they're cluttered and dusty. Strong relationships, well, they'll fall apart if we don't take care of them because of entropy. We grow old, complex skills get forgotten, buildings fall apart, they degrade. It's a fact that disorder is not a mistake. Disorder is the default of the world. Disorder is the default of nature. Order always is artificial. Order is always artificial and temporary. And it's our job to bring order to the world. all the time because things get dusty and they fall apart. And it's our job to fix it all the time. Just because entropy is the natural tendency of things in the world, it doesn't mean that we shouldn't push back and fight it all the time. In fact, it's our duty to do this. We can clean the house. We can pull the weeds. We can sharpen up our skills. We can build relationships, go to the gym, build our muscles, go for a run, build our endurance. It all pushes back against this thing called entropy. And the ultimate daily purpose is in the striving. It's in the pushing back. Entropy is actually a good thing in this world. It's not there by mistake. It's a great thing. I really believe the real difference between people, it's in energy. It's the settled purpose. It's the invincible determination to constantly push back against entropy. Because entropy, it's kind of like nature's tax. It's the tax that nature imposes upon people that we got to push back all the time. And if we don't, we will find ourselves living in an unfit body, with an unfit business, living in a messy house, because entropy is always trying to take over, and it's our job to always beat entropy. You need to expend energy, though. It takes constant energy every single day. But the neat thing about this, though, is the more energy we expend, the more energy we get. I get the question all the time. They go, Randy, how do you get so much energy? I have energy because I'm always in movement. You'll never see me stop moving because movement gives you energy. Have you ever spent a day at home and you're laying around all day, and by the end of the day, you're exhausted? It's because exhaustion gives more exhaustion. Whatever we feed, we get more of. So feed the energy in your life. Always push back against entropy. Failing to pay nature's tax, it means that things get more complicated. They get more disorganized and they become more messy. Pay the tax of entropy. We'll be happy you did. You know, you've heard me say it before. Problems are not problems. Problems are opportunities. They are one and the same. So we should actually thank entropy for being part of our life. Because imagine a world with no entropy. Everything stays the same. Nothing changes. No one gets older. Nobody gets sick. Businesses stay successful all the time. Nothing breaks. Nothing fails. And everything remains pristine all the time. That would be a world with zero innovation, no creativity, no urgency, no progress, no pushing forward. It would be a very dull and sad world to live in. Entropy creates opportunities around us all the time. Let's use entropy to gain an advantage on life. Whether you're starting a business or trying to organize your house, understanding the abstract of empathy is a mental model. It helps us to accomplish our goals and become more effective in our world. Guys, I love you. I hope today's podcast added value to your life. It sure added value to mine. I hope this week is a successful week and you win the battle against entropy. I love y'all.